Hey folks, Karen here with JesusT-shirts.com. So it's been a while since I've done a video, and I thought I would do a quick one here and kind of update you on some medical issues I've been having that are keeping me off of video. So pretty much I haven't been out much except for church and church activities. Other than that, I'm just at home here in my office. I'm still designing t-shirts. I haven't been feeling well for a couple of months. Just, up and down with depression issues and all over pain. Um, I have fibromyalgia. I also have autoimmune Hashimoto's hypothyroid. And I had been doing so well even over the holidays in losing weight. I had dropped down from around 211 to 187, and I was on my way down, and I'm like, this is great because I really struggle with taking the weight off. Comes on without even trying, and then it's like a real issue trying to get the weight off. Well, I haven't been really feeling that well, and I started noticing I was gaining weight again, and it was like I eat salad. I eat salad, I eat strawberries and yogurt. Everything is like either keto or whatever. Um, I'm just real careful, and I drink a lot of water, 4 to 6 bottles a day of 16-ounce bottles of water. I cut my coffee out to just 1 mug in the morning and 1 mug in the evening. I don't eat for 2 hours before I go to bed, and I do what's called intermittent fasting. So whatever time I eat in the evening, I don't eat for another 14 hours. So it's not until later in the afternoon, before I'll have my first meal. So I've been doing really good with that, and that's what I was doing in January. I was down to 187, and I wanted to get down to try to get down to 160 before I go see the orthopedic doctor about my knees, because I haven't had them checked for 10, 12 years since I've had them checked, and they've gotten worse. So I figured, okay, I'm doing good. Well, then the weight started coming on, and it's like, okay, what can I cut out? I'm not really eating that much to begin with. I'm still doing what I did when I was losing the weight. Why is it coming back on? It's like, okay, well, I'm also right in, as my doctor put it, right in the throes of menopause, which can really wreak havoc on your thyroid and other hormones and stuff. Well, I had my blood work taken last week because I have to get that taken every 6 months because of the medications that I'm on. Had my blood work taken. Now, anybody that has hypothyroid knows that your TSH level should be lower than 3.5. Mine started climbing up in January to 4.14. That's not good, but I was still losing weight. Well, between January and now, which is why I've been feeling so horrible, I also deal with insomnia, which is one of the symptoms of fibromyalgia. I'd get my test results back. My TSH level is over 35. Oh my gosh, no wonder. No wonder the weight's on. No wonder I'm not losing anything no matter what I do. It's like, okay, I typed the message to my doctor in all capital letters. What's up with this? Why, why is it 35? Oh my gosh. So he and I had our visit today. I do a virtual visit because our doctor's office hasn't lifted the mask mandate yet. So I took a picture of me on the scale showing the 206, and I put a big emoji in the middle of the scale. I'm like, this is just not, this is not happening. Oh my gosh. So, but he hadn't tested the cortisol level yet. So we're going to wait a month, and he's changing my prescription because I with all of this, the hormones, I get brain fog, I forget things. I mean, it's a good thing I'm not employed because I would have gotten fired again. I lost two jobs because of these issues. An employer will only keep you on so long if you keep forgetting stuff or getting stuff wrong. And I was let go from two jobs over that. Um, the one time the owner of the company was standing right in front of me. I'm watching him. I'm listening to what he's saying. And in the time it took him to turn around and walk down the hallway, I completely forgot what he said. I mean, just totally, it just blew right. I was just so upset. I really thought, and this is a few years ago, this is before I even ended up on disability. And I was just like beside myself. I'm like, what did he say? I started crying. I I thought I was going having early onset dementia. I mean, that's how bad I felt. I was not really doing well. And yeah. Yeah, autoimmune conditions, they're really bad. Right around that time, I was diagnosed with sleep apnea, so that was that part. That was that problem. So I've been being treated for sleep apnea since 2003, so 18 years. But that was one of the issues. I got fired not long after that. But and then I was let go from another job. I was working at the prison, and I got let go from that job for the same reason, just fatigue, brain fog. I've been dealing with this for years. So the last time that I had a full-time job, it was through a temp agency, and that was when my knees decided to just give me so many problems. And the doctors that I was going to at the time, the orthopedic group, they immobilized my right knee, which made it worse. But that's how I ended up on disability. Um, I was working through a temp agency, and they refused to send me on any interviews anywhere. For this combination of my work history of being fired from two jobs, and then this, with my knees. And they're like, "What? We can't send you out anywhere." So that's like being unemployable in an entire county where I live. So I applied for disability at that point, and contacted an attorney. I had them file on my behalf. I didn't even try and go through it the first time by myself. I just hired an attorney immediately and pulled together. I mean, I had like 10 different doctor's reports that by that time, plus my primary care physician who backed up my claim of the anxiety, clinical depression, which was exacerbated by my medical conditions. And then I contacted our our state it was our state congressman, I think at the time. It's been so long ago now, but I contacted my state congressman to let him know what was going on, and he contacted Social Security and said as soon as her application hits your desk, expedite. So between having the attorney initially file and then having as many doctor's reports and everything, And they're like, yeah, she qualifies. So I got it right away. That was back in 2006. So we're like at 15 years now that I've been on disability. 5 years after I was, no, it's 3 years, 3 years after I was on, they did a review, and I was still not, I mean, the condition had worsened with my knees. And, but they still wouldn't, they said the arthritis was not bad enough to replace my knees, but I don't know what they're going to look like now. It's been a while. They both squish, ache, pains, crack. I sound like a bowl of Rice Krispies whenever I stand up or sit down. So, but that's what's been kept me from doing videos is I just haven't been feeling well at all. I'm still not completely with it, but a couple of days ago we went up to. I've been taking CBD liquid under the tongue and do it like 3 times a day. And then at night, I'm taking little gummies. And this is full spectrum CBD, hemp derived. It's legal. This is hemp derived, but it's delta 8 THC. I take these to help me sleep, and boy, do they work well. Um, if you happen to be in Berks County, in the northern Berks area, stop by and see Saber Vapors. I'll put a link to their website and their Facebook page down below the description. But that's who we go to. And they have a clean room and they do all of their own blending. So it's not like I buy this online and I don't know where it's coming from. This comes straight from our local shop. They branched out from, because I vape and that's where I get my juice. Everything's clean. I love it, and it's from, you can see it's Saber Vapors. So that's where I've been getting my e-juice for a few years now. So my husband came home one day and he told me they're selling their own brand. It's branded SV for Saber Vapor, CBD, and it's full spectrum. It's hemp derived. So I thought, okay, let me try it. Now, the last couple days that I've been taking this, I've been feeling better during the day, and I've been getting a better night's sleep. So, and they told me that they have a couple of people coming in, and they use the CBD to help with their thyroid treatment. So, I told my doctor I was doing it, and he's okay with it. He's like, hey, if that's gonna work, good. Excellent. So we're gonna, try that, but this way it gives me like a month on an increased dosage of my thyroid medication and using the CBD. So we'll see how that works for the next month, and then we'll get more blood work taken and discuss what's going on. So that's been happening, and so now the next couple months going to be full of tests. 2 weeks I go in and I get a thyroid scan, ultrasound, just to make sure there's nothing physically going on, because my throat's looking kind of funky again, which I haven't seen that happen in years. But there might be something going on with my thyroid, because we're still at a loss as to why it would jump from 4.14 to over 35. That's not good. That is just not good. So I get that done, and then in September, I get my next colonoscopy. I usually have to have them done every year to every 3 years, depending on what they find. And then I always opt for the free lungs CT scan, because I was a former smoker for 35 years, anywhere from a pack and a half to 2 packs a day. It's been 12 and a half years since I quit. November will make 13 years that I quit. But as long as it's under 15 years since you quit smoking, you can have these CT lung scans. I always go ahead and get them. I tell my doctor, I said, yeah, being a former smoker, that and I used to work at a beryllium factory, so I like to keep an eye on my lungs. Um, it also tell me how clean they are from vaping, because that's just a vapor that I shouldn't be having any problems. Um, I do have asthma. It's mild asthma, but I keep an inhaler on me. I only have to use this maybe two times a day. Some days it's better and I don't have to use it at all. So, but anyway, but I was trying to get this weight down so I could go back to the doctors for my knees. I'd rather go in there within a decent range so they can't say, well, if you lost weight, you wouldn't be having so many problems with your knees. But at the time I started having problems with my knees, I was down to like I was at like 140, 150. But not long after that was when I started going to the gym to try and lose weight. And I paid $400 for a trainer, signed up with a nutritionist, kept a log, a journal of everything I ate, when I ate it, and all of that, and had the nutritionist look at it every week. 8 weeks. I put on 20 pounds and jumped up 2 dress sizes. And that was with following a perfect nutrition program, interval training. I paid a lot of money because besides the gym fee, I was also paying for the trainer. The trainer was completely lost. I thought he was going to cry. He was like, I was crying. He says, I can't believe this. I went in to see the nutritionist. She says, this is unbelievable. She says, I've never seen anything like this happen. I said, yeah, well, I'm a freak of nature. Um, so I gathered everything up, and that was when I was diagnosed with the Hashimoto's, um, with the autoimmune condition. And in my case with that, it's called less is more. But with the fibromyalgia, I was like really hoping that exercising would help me. So I started exercising at home again. And it's like I'll exercise for an hour. I'm done for the rest of the day. It's like I can hardly move. I just kick back and put my feet up and like, why did I even bother doing that? Because then it's painful walking down the hallway to the kitchen. I'm actually doing better if I don't exercise. I'll go out and walk around the yard a little bit. Now I did walked around a car show up at our field house, and I didn't use my scooter. I actually walked, strolled more or less like it. And depending on where I was strolling, I would have to hold on to my husband, make sure I didn't fall. Because I stumble easily. Um, but anyway, that's what's going on. Pretty much, I'm still just designing t-shirts and praying to sell some. Eventually I will. I think I sold a pin so far this month. Whoa! 2 pins, because I think I made $1. All you can do is laugh, because if you don't laugh, you're just going to cry and tear your hair out. And with this medical condition, it's like I'm starting to lose hair. So I don't want to be tearing any out. But anyway, that's what's going on. Oh, almost 20 minutes. I didn't mean to go on that long. But that's what's going on, and I just thought I'd give you an update on why I haven't been on very much lately. And now it's time to go get my salad. So, if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more of them, hit the subscribe button, or what do they say? Smash it, smash, hit, scroll, tap, whatever you want to do. Um, and I guess that's it. And will be links below the video of where all to find me. Okay? Take it easy. Have a good one. God bless.